SPCA inspectors in the South Island are seeing a concerning increase in cases where innocent animals and domestic pets are finding themselves injured by illegal leg hold traps, commonly known as gin traps. To discuss this, I'm joined by Jamie Hancock from the SPCA. Hello to you and thanks so much for your time.
Hi, Chris. Thank you.
What exactly is a gin trap?
So I've got an example here. So gin trap is sort of the colloquial term or the slang term for this type of thing. What we call it in the legislation is a leg hold trap. And this particular type I wanted to show because this, if they look like this, they're actually not allowed to be used or sold at all. So a really strong message that I was hoping to send today is if you've got these lying around, if you inherit one, if you see them for sale in secondhand shops, just to be aware that these are not allowed to be used and they're not allowed to be sold.
Yeah, they don't look particularly friendly, that's for sure. If somebody finds one, say out for a walk or what have you, what would you recommend? What can they do or what should they do?
Take some photos of it as it's found in the set position and pinning the location. You can trigger them so you can sort of poke it with a stick to set it off, and that disables it so that nothing can be caught in it. If you're finding something like this in a public place, like a park or a forest, you could remove it from where it is and hand it into the SPCA if you like, if you don't want to leave it there where it could hurt something.
In recent months, I understand domestic cats have become trapped through these awful looking traps. Talk me through that.
Yeah, so we do get numerous cases nationwide, but I've noticed a particular uptick in around about the South Island, so from Marlborough, Southland, and several places in between, where these particular types of traps have been used, and domestic pet cats have been caught in them, and they commonly have to have their paw or their leg amputated if they've had a crush injury to that area.
These traps, they breach the Animal Welfare Act, don't they?
This one does, yeah, it does. If it looks like this, using it or selling it is an offence under the Animal Welfare Act. So it's really important that people are not doing those sorts of things. There are lots of different kinds of traps. Some of them look different from this. And some of the rules about some of them are a little bit complicated. So again, just a really good general message is if someone is intending to do any trapping of pest animals, make sure that the type of trap that they're using, they're well schooled up on what the rules are to find out how it's legal to use, when and where it's legal to use, how often it should be checked. And all of that sort of information can be found on MPI's website. So the Ministry for Primary Industries, they've got a really good website which has pictures of the different types of traps and the rules about using them. But like as I said, the really strong message I wanted to send was this particular style of trap is totally prohibited. You can sort of see the jagged jaws there, and they're just not allowed to be used because of the poor animal welfare outcomes for animals that get trapped in them.
I feel nervous watching you hold it. Just be very careful, please. Now,
It's in a safe position right now, yeah.
okay, good. Now, listen, are these traps turning up in all sorts of different places?
Yeah, we've had these found on private property, on public property, on the side of the road, in parks, all kinds of places where people are using them, perhaps unaware that they're totally not allowed to be used at all.
Okay, some important message there, Jamie Hancock from the SPCA. Really nice to speak with you. Thank you very much for your time and have a lovely long weekend. You do a great job.
Thank you so much. You too.